The boys are back. Time to get into some NFL videos here. Pregame.tv. Ken Thomson, Dave Cokin. And Cokes, my Colts, I was not surprised that they lost their opening two games against Denver and Philly. But the way they lost the game to Philly, I was kind of bummed out because they should have kicked the field goal when they were up 7. So they go 0-2. They've reeled off 4 straight. The offense looks much better, as you alluded to last week. And it's a big game for both teams. Cincinnati had a chance to cover teasers, but Nugent misses that field goal. I know because I had him in a teaser there at the end, and they tie Carolina. I was surprised at the defense giving up that many points to Carolina and letting Newton run all over him.
Boy, Newton had a big game, and they didn't really bounce back the way a lot of people thought they would after getting trounced at New England the prior Sunday night. So it wasn't a spot where I think the Bengals stood up and played their best football. And you have to wonder if this team's going into a little bit of a mid-season dip right now. They're a very talented team. There's no question about that. A.J. Green was not there last week, and that did have a big impact on the game, no doubt about it. But look, the real good teams find ways to overcome that stuff and win games they're supposed to win. And I do think it's fair to say that's a game Cincinnati was supposed to win last week, and they didn't.
All right, the Colts are -3, total of 49. Do you have an opinion at all on this one?
I probably am going to sit this one out. I think the Colts are just playing better football than the Bengals right now. But the Cincinnati team does scare me, and they really need to show something here. I think it's a big character game for Cincinnati. The flip side of it, though, is the Colts, despite some deficiencies when you look at the stats, they're finding ways to win football games, and that guy at quarterback is really something special.
Yeah, he is good, and you said he was going to be the best in years to come, so we'll see if that comes to fruition. This is going to be my free play. Colts -3, total 49 against the Cincinnati Bengals. Going to go ahead and make it official. And I'm going to go with my Colts, and not because I'm a Colts fan. Again, I've gone against them before in spots like this, but not against the Cincinnati team. Like Dave said, without an A.J. Green, their main weapon. And again, he's doubtful, so not looking for him to play. Don't want to say he's definitely out, but saying that he's doubtful. So Giovanni Bernard, Jeremy Hill out of the backfield, then Gresham, and of course, Mohamed Sanu, who had a nice game last week, the kid out of Rutgers. He's the real deal. He's a big guy and a tough cover, but they're going to need more than that. They're going to need their defense to step up. I thought Burfict coming off the DL was slow, couldn't cover guys out of the backfield. A couple little cheap shots there, and you heard some of the players from Carolina talk about it. Also, Geno Atkins has only 3 tackles. He was big last year before he got hurt, so maybe not the same player. The Colts, on the other hand, 17 sacks for a defense without Mathis. Didn't think that. How about they have more? They have 10 more sacks than the Seattle Seahawks. That's kind of mind-boggling there. Bradshaw and Richardson have both been steady out of the backfield, especially receiving the ball. Bradshaw, one of the best out of the backfield. Fleener and Allen, 7 touchdowns between the 2 tight ends. T.Y. Hilton's the speed guy, and then you've got the 2 veterans, Wayne and Nix. Both those guys can come up with big catches, and the defense has been better than advertised. Colts are 5-1 against the number. When I saw just 3 even, I said, you know what? Without A.J. Green, I've got to take the Colts. If they lose, I'll be surprised because they play well at home. And a similar spot a couple weeks ago against Baltimore, the Ravens coming in, same line, took the Colts. They covered. They won by 7, up by 14 in the 4th quarter, but hold on, win by 7. I see a similar type game as far as the final score. I think the Colts win this game by 7, maybe have a 10, 14-point lead in the 4th quarter, but I'm going to go ahead until it's broke. Don't fix it. Going to take my Colts at home, -3 against the Cincinnati Bengals.
You know, I'll give the Bengals credit. They did look good on offense last week, even without A.J. Green. And that's a good defense they got all those points against. But they're not stopping anybody right now. That's 2 weeks in a row they've been gutted on defense. And I'm glad you brought up Geno Atkins. His level of play just isn't where it was prior to the injury. I think maybe it will be next year. But like a lot of guys coming off serious knee injuries, that first year back, not as strong. And they need more from Atkins. Maybe the second half of the season he picks it up as he gets more reps and the knee hopefully gets stronger. But right now he's a shell of what he was last year, and that's having an impact on the Bengals defense.
No doubt about it. We'll finish it up with one more NFL video. The Arizona Cardinals found a way, got a little gift from Kirk Cousins at the end to cover late against the Washington Redskins. They're going to be up in Oakland, and the Raiders, they were covering the whole way, had a chance to win that game against San Diego. Again, Derek Carr looking the best that we've seen him in his young career. Ken Thomson, Dave Cokin will come back. Dave will make that official on pregame.tv.